too hard.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your old pal Bulldog, and this is PPW PowerSlamTV on Shaw. Whew, I'm still trembling. We're on the heels of PPWX that saw some really big things. I mean, first of all, the bad seeds in their respective matches had miscommunication left and right, and I'm wondering if there's any dissension in the ranks or if they've made up or what's going on there. We saw Sydney Steele retain his title in what was one of the biggest knockdown drag-out affairs we've seen thus far this year. And the big story, I think, Jumpin Josh lost the cruiserweight title, and it was hook, and it was crook, and it was villainous behavior on the part of Cyanide. Your new champion is Tyler Knox. Wow. Tonight, folks, Killer B is going to try his luck with Big Bradley Graham, big sexy beast. Jumpin Josh is going to get his hands on Cyanide, and Tyler Knox was set to defend against Dewey Robson. Unfortunately, we got a call from Tyler Knox, and because of COVID protocols, he's not going to be in this week. Folks, they're going to get to the ring and get going because we got a night of wrestling for you.
Hey, we were waiting along. Big sexy beast sounds like he's in a pretty good mood. Ref Rachel in control of this one. I'm excited to see what happens tonight. I mean, PPWX was one hell of a night, let me tell you. I'm expecting a lot of fallout. I just don't know what direction it's going to come from or where it's going to land. But if you watch PPWX, you'll know exactly what I mean. There's the bell to start this one off. Killer B buzzing away. Big sexy beast is humping and bumping. Look at this. Wow. I'm not sure what Killer B was thinking. He just ran across the ring and tried a big cross body on the big sexy beast, and nobody was home. Big sexy beast snatched him out of midair. Now he's delivering a back elbow that I wouldn't want to be receiving. Irish whip into the corner, and Killer B is not doing a lot of buzzing. Watch this now. Watch. Oh, that vicious smack was a enormous forearm being crushed into the throat of the Killer B. Uh-oh. Oh, I love this. I do. I got to admit, I love this. Stinky fingers. Killer B, probably the only person I can think of right now who didn't like the stinky fingers. Big sexy beast having a lot of fun in there tonight. Humping and bumping. Irish whip across the corner. Or rather into the corner. Watch this now. Oh my goodness. Folks, you got to see this in person. The power this man possesses is just off the charts. Watch this. Oh. Wow. Oh. It's over. Oh my, wow. Killer B just got smashed.
Trust me.
Who's just making his way towards the ring right now. Wow. A little less energy out of Jumpin Josh. It's really atypical of him to just stroll to the ring and not do some kind of flip or flippy dip do off the top or over the top ropes rather. He's not in a happy mood right now, and I guess really after he got basically screwed out of his cruiserweight title, still waiting on Cyanide. He does not look like he's prepared to actually wrestle unless he started wrestling in street clothes. Oh, strong words from Jumpin Josh, he says. Bring it on. He just wants to fight. He doesn't care about wrestling gear or street clothes, or he doesn't care. maybe now we'll get an explanation from Cyanide as to why he did what he did to Jumpin Josh.
Now, hang on there, Josh. I understand you're a little bit upset, and I get that. But unfortunately, I have not been medically cleared to compete. However, I can tell that you came out here looking for a fight, and I have some great news for you. I was in the back, and I ran into another guy.
Hey, wait, look at this. Wait. Cowboy Bryn Watts just sprinting towards the ring. Look at the aggression and anger Cowboy Bryn Watts is showing. What on earth? Cyanide no sooner ducked out of this fight than Cowboy Bryn Watts hit the ring, and he's laying into Jumpin Josh. What's gotten into to Cowboy Bryn Watts? We always knew he was a spiteful wrestler, but he's just a little bit extra mean and aggressive tonight. He looks angrier than usual. That Irish whip, oh my goodness.
Jumpin Josh!
Bryn Watts not going for another suplex. Look at this. Absolute perfection, but unfortunately we're not even in a match right now. Jumpin Josh just getting manhandled by Cowboy Bryn Watts, who's yelling like some kind of tribal warrior. I mean, he's got, oh goodness. Bryn Watts has gone off the charts with rage. Look at the look in his eye. Look at the look in Cowboy Bryn Watts' eye. Folks, that is not a very pleasant look. That's right downright terrifying. Look at this. Jumpin Josh hurled out of the ring. Hasn't even had a chance to get his warm-up jacket off. The ref hasn't called for the bell. Bryn Watts is screaming at the top of his lungs.
Or what? Or what?
Ref Rachel trying to talk some sense into Cowboy Bryn Watts, but to no avail.
Can't do what?
Whoa! Wait a minute. That's not just a ref. That's a lady.
Hey, they're gonna throw you out of here now, okay?
No. Don't do this. Oh, my.
Hey, you can't do that, man. They're gonna throw
Jumpin Josh just
We've got business to take care of.
fired into the ring steps. Stormbringer trying to stop the Cowboy, but Bryn Watts isn't listening to anybody. He shoved an official, but also a lady. He's just beating the hell out of Jumpin Josh, who was looking for a fight, I guess, but I think he meant a square one-on-one fair fight without getting hit from behind. Now back into the ring. Jumpin Josh hasn't had an opportunity to mount any offense as yet. Oh no, what? I do not know what Cowboy Bryn Watts is setting up to do here. I do. Oh, you don't think. Oh, if he's gonna do what I think he's gonna do, Stormbringer can't even make him stop. Do not do that, Bryn Watts. For once, I agree with Stormbringer. Do not do that. Stormbringer talking some sense into Cowboy Bryn Watts. I think maybe he's got the Cowboy under control. I hope he's got the Cowboy under control. Whoa.
I can't do this without you. Okay?
You know, I didn't think Cowboy Bryn Watts could get any more aggressive or spiteful, but wow. What is going on in the mind of Bryn Watts right now that would lead him to this?
I'm screwed, okay? This never happened, all right? Use your head. Do the right thing for Do the right thing.
Stormbringer now
Hey, ref.
advising Ref Rachel. We'll call it advising. I don't know, a 290-pound man shaking a finger can be actually advising, but we're going to call it advising Ref Rachel to forget this ever happened. Jumpin Josh now. That's the bigger story. Bryn Watts, I mean, he suckered him from behind and just did not stop the onslaught.
595 days and counting. But you know what kills me? What kills me? God damn it, what kills me is that no matter what I do, no matter how long I hold this belt, no matter how many challengers I turn back, it doesn't matter. You know, I defended this championship across 4 provinces, more than any previous PPW champion. I've beaten a bigger, more diverse group of challengers than any PPW heavyweight champion. And yet, there's always going to be an asterisk next to my name. No matter what I do through no fault of my own, there was a pandemic. Everybody knows that if Sydney Steele had been defending this championship night in and night out, it would still be 595 days. It wouldn't matter. So now, after I just vanquished Travis the Heat Copeland, it is time for every one of you sitting and watching at home to recognize that this right here, Sydney Steele, is big business. Winning is my business. And folks, business for 595 days is good.
Welcome back to PowerSlamTV. I cannot wait for this main event to get underway. Dewey Robson just making his way towards the ring right now. Dewey Robson just one of the fastest learning and growing wrestlers we've had the pleasure of watching in a long, long time. He's going to test his skill against the heavyweight champion who's been a heavyweight champion for a long, long time.
Hold on there. See, PPWX. I beat the Cowboy Bryn Watts to earn my shot at the Cruiserweight title. For whatever reason, and I don't care whatever it is, Tyler Knox is not here tonight. You see, we have more than one title in Pure Power Wrestling. And I've earned a title shot. What do you say, Sydney Steele? How about you put that heavyweight title on the line?
Oh, Dewey Robson. Dewey Robson. Here's the man he's challenging right here. Your heavyweight champion, Suplex Sydney Steele.
First and foremost, Dewey, I'm going to take the microphone like a professional so that the people at home can hear what I have to say. And you're right, you did earn a title shot last week at PPWX. And while I wasn't expecting a match tonight, a real champion is always ready to compete. And Dewey, we got ourselves a little problem though. You earned yourself a title shot, but you didn't earn a shot at this title. But it's all right, Dewey. I'm feeling giving tonight. I'm feeling like giving you an opportunity. Now, I have a funny feeling that coming off of my dominant victory last week, I'm going to step in this ring and I'm going to wipe the floor with you. So what do you say? Do you and I make a little wager? You can't have a shot at this tonight.
Come on.
No. But, if you can last 10 minutes in that ring with the champ, then next week, right here on PowerSlam in the main event, I will give you your shot at the gold. What do you say, Dewey?
10 minutes? 10 minutes. In my sleep.
Wow. There's a confident heavyweight champion and a confident Dewey Robson. If Dewey lasts 10 minutes, then next week on PowerSlamTV, he gets himself his heavyweight title shot. I think Dewey Robson not only has the skills and ability to last 10 minutes, I think he's got the skills and ability to perhaps even win this contest.
Hold on, I can hear you over there. Don't you even imply he's going to win. He's not lasting 10 minutes.
And we're underway, 10 minutes on the clock. Sydney Steele, Dewey Robson squaring up. Here we go, collar and elbow tie-up. Who's going to get an early advantage? My guess would be Sydney Steele. He's the more powerful of the two. And there you go, standing side headlock. Done to perfection by a suplex Sydney Steele. I call him that because of the variety of suplexes he's managed to master. And let me tell you, he throws them with textbook accuracy. Watch this reversal from Dewey Robson, though, now. Side headlock of his own. Both men back to a vertical base. Dewey Robson going to see if he can use this headlock to advance his position. That's what it's about. Wear your opponent down. Nice reversal. Nice reversal by a heavyweight champion. As I was saying, it's about wearing the opponent down, taking your advantage, wear him down, and advance your position. Here we go now, off the ropes. Shoulder block, Dewey Robson on his back looking at the lights. That's a heavyweight that just ran into you. Here we go now, float over. Sydney Steele off the ropes, Dewey Robson leapfrog, and a very nice hip toss. Very well done. Drop kick with nice elevation. Sydney Steele on the ropes, and Dewey Robson on fire. Ref Rachel trying to get Sydney Steele back into the ring. I got a feeling Steele's going to take his time. He's a veteran who knows every small little trick in the book to gain an advantage. Well, call me a liar. Sydney Steele back in the ring without even needing a 10 count. Both men squaring up again. Here we go. Ready. Oh! Sydney Steele grabbing a wrist instead of going for that collar and elbow tie-up. That's a veteran move right there. He knew Dewey Robson was going to go for the collar and elbow tie-up, and he just went straight in for the arm. That was really clever. Now Dewey Robson with a slick reversal. Slick reversal on Sydney Steele. Wait a second. Ref Rachel reaching a 4 count to get Sydney Steele and let go of the hair. Now Sydney Steele Irish whip with reversal. Dewey Robson from under. And oh, what was that?
Oh, that's barely on the eyes.
That was a thumb in the eye if I've ever seen one.
Barely on the eyes.
Dewey Robson didn't do well to shake that off. Sydney Steele continues the attack, dropping an elbow right into the back of the head and neck area. Now Sydney Steele hooking up Dewey Robson for what can only be one of the variety of suplexes he can throw in that ring. Oh, wow. 1, 2, oh. Wow, that was an amazing snap suplex. Dewey Robson shaking off the effects of that one, but slowly. Now both men to a vertical base. Sydney Steele driving Dewey Robson into the turnbuckle. Right hook, left to the body, right to the eye, left to the body. Sydney Steele working on his striking game. Now, Irish whip into the corner. Dewey Robson taking that buckle awful hard. Wait a second. Dewey Robson with a foot up. He had that one scouted. Sydney Steele was going for a splash or a clothesline in the corner. And Dewey Robson having none of it. Arm wringer and a knee in the breadbasket. Forearm to the back, and now Sydney Steele is in trouble. Oh, I spoke too soon. Sydney Steele going downstairs, and oh my goodness. Wow. That knee to the side of the head did the trick. Dewey Robson on his back. Ref Rachel with just a 2. I'm sure Dewey Robson's kicking out just on instinct on that. That knee to the side of his head, I put him on Dream Street, I'm sure of it. Watch this now. Sydney Steele delivering another right hand. Not sure what he's going to do next, but it's going to hurt. Irish whip in the corner. Again. Here we go. Oh, he landed it this time. A big splash. Boom! Neck breaker. We're down to 5 minutes. Only 5 minutes Sydney Steele's got to work with to beat Dewey Robson. Otherwise, Dewey gets a title shot next week on PowerSlamTV. And Dewey Robson now, he's got... Oh. Dewey Robson, he's only got to last another 4.5 minutes, and he's still showing a lot of life. He says, you want to play the striking game, I'll play the striking game. He's laying a series of blows into the body and head of Sydney Steele, and oh, he attempted an Irish whip there, and as you can see the results, he got reversed and drilled into that other corner. Wow. You can see the pain on the face of Dewey Robson as well. Whoa, wait a second. Boom! Boom! Dewey Robson with the strength to reverse that maneuver. I think Sydney Steele was actually going for a power slam, and Dewey scooted over his back, but didn't have the strength to cover his man. But he did take a lot out of Sydney Steele, so we'll see if he can mount an offense here. Dewey Robson with some fire now across the ring. Running knee and falls it by a back elbow. And look at the elevation on that drop kick. Putting Sydney Steele on his back. 1, 2, and... Folks, I said it. Dewey Robson has all the skill and ability to even win this match, and I think he might be able to. Let's see if he can. He's only got to last 3 more minutes, but let's see if he can get a W. Wouldn't that be great? Watch this now. Big body slam. Dewey Robson showing off some power. Backing in the corner. Look at this. Look at this. All up on the second turnbuckle is Dewey Robson. Oh! Sydney Steele out of the way. You know, Dewey didn't even waste too much time up there. He got up and he got down, but Sydney Steele had it scouted, and Dewey Robson came up empty. Believe me, that hurts, folks. Now here, No. Sydney Steele not getting his off the ropes now. Drop toe hold puts Sydney Steele into the cross the ropes. Let's see if he can dial this one up. Dewey Robson across the ring. No, sir. Sydney Steele again had it scouted, managing to duck that one. Watch this here. He's going for it again. I love this move. Watch this. Oh, that takes a lot of power to pull that maneuver off, folks. I don't know if you ever tried to hold a human being in that kind of configuration before, but it's not really that easy. Dewey Robson getting his shoulder up at just barely 2.5. Sydney Steele looking a little bit surprised. Somebody should tell him he's got about 1 minute and 40 seconds left to work with. And if he doesn't get a 1, 2, 3, then that's it. That's all, baby. You're defending your title next week on PowerSlamTV. 1 minute, 30 seconds is all. Look at that. Look at that. Dewey Robson refusing to go down. Pulls out a jawbreaker out of nowhere. Watch this now. Watch this now. This is a really, watch. That is a really neat variation of a swinging neck breaker. I enjoy watching Dewey Robson do that every single time he lays it. Oh! Down to 1 minute, and Dewey Robson just about got a 3 count. Sydney Steele, I bet he's going to regret putting the title on the line if Dewey Robson wins this. I know Sydney Steele's going to regret it. He got a little bit too confident. Look at this. Both men on their knees delivering rights back and forth. You can hear the smack all the way across the building. A right from Sydney Steele, a right from Dewey Robson, a right from Sydney Steele, a right from Dewey Robson. What a slugfest. Another right from Dewey Robson, 29 seconds to go. Dewey Robson just laying in those forearms. Sydney Steele firing back with, I'm not sure if it was a chop to the throat or what, but it did the trick. We're down to 15 seconds. Sydney Steele setting Dewey Robson up for, my goodness. I'm not even sure what you call that, but that is painful. Sydney Steele now trying to get over. 5 seconds left. He's got to get a pinfall at 2 seconds. 1-0. That is it. That is it. Sydney Steele. That is it. We reached the 10-minute mark, and I'm sorry to tell you, Sydney Steele, you're going to be defending your title against Dewey Robson next week on PowerSlamTV, brother. You said it. You said it. 10 minutes. If he lasts 10 minutes. And whoa, come on now. There's no need for that. There's no need for that. You don't need to be doing that, Sydney Steele. There you go. Ah, beautiful. Dewey Robson laying in the dewdrop. Dewey Robson, you got yourself a title shot next week, my friend. That is going to be awesome. Folks, we're out of time. Dewey Robson standing tall. He only had to last 10 minutes, and he did it. And I got a feeling if this went any longer, he might have walked out of here with a win. Harry's your... well, I guess he is the winner according to the rules of this match. Dewey Robson gets a heavyweight title shot next week on PowerSlamTV. It's your old pal Bulldog. I'm going to be there. I hope you're going to be there. I know Dewey Robson's going to be there. And if Ref Rachel isn't there, nobody's going to control a thing. We'll see you next week, folks.